So hello everybody here live on a Wednesday lunchtime or whenever you're watching it, an hour of gentle upbeat yoga. We're going to take care of creaky necks, tight shoulders, sensitive low backs, hips that need a little stretching and opening, and everything else. Sounds good? Let's get started in Deb's pose with the long bolster and a couple of blocks. So as always, coming with a mindset of kind curiosity today. Let's see how the body is doing. Lengthening along the bolster. I'm going to turn it. Use the other side. That's better. There we go. So finding just enough stretch and pressure with the bolster behind your back. Allowing the body, particularly the back body, to start to release. Notice where there may be some tenderness, making a mental note to be kind and take care of it. And as that settles, let's bring our fingers and just bring them to the edge of the skull underneath, and just give yourself a little massage down either side of the neck. So just fingertips into the vertebrae, the outer edges of the vertebrae, and just notice here. This is the first time I've done it since I got that release from Dr. Martin, and it's so relaxed. Usually it's quite stiff, and it seems to be really nice and easy. So just notice how it feels for you. And then you can bring your fingers around to behind the jaw, between your jaw and your ears. Do a little massage here. Open the mouth wide. And if you want to do yoga for the mouth and tongue, stick out your tongue. Really stretch it out. And then here's another yoga move. As you bring your tongue in, bring the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. See how far back you can get it. So we're stretching the underneath of the tongue, and it also starts to move the energy up into the third eye or the chakra here. That's the theory anyway. All right, bring the arms back down, allow the shoulders to release, and feel the opening now across your chest. You can do a little movement just to allow the shoulders to release even more. And then just pausing and noticing what has settled. Yeah. And then bring support for the legs if you haven't already done that. Supporting here. And have that sensation almost like a hammock. And bringing awareness to the breath. This may be the first time you've done that this morning or today. And just notice. So as we stay here and starting to bring that fullness to the breath, diaphragmatic breath, I'll just share that I have a VivoSmart, which is a Garmin health tracker and stepper, and it measures the variable heart rate and something else in the body, which shows as a battery, whether your battery is charged. 100% is obviously what you aim for at sleeping overnight, getting that recharge. And then during the day, it'll start to decrease. The more exercise you do, the more it will decrease and then bounce back quickly. So it tells you to exercise more. But how I'm using it now is when I notice my breath. and I check and see where my battery level is. And then I start diaphragmatic breathing, slowing everything down. And I monitor what the Garmin is saying, and it'll start to increase the battery. So scientifically, it actually works. I can change what's going on in my body just by bringing diaphragmatic breath. And during today's practice, this will also happen for you as well. In those moments when you pause and you breathe and you allow yourself to be supported and let go, you are charging your inner battery, taking care of yourself, coming back into homeostasis. As a sideline, traveling in an aircraft is a huge battery drain. Even if you're sleeping, the body does not respond well to air travel. So, coming back to yoga, setting an intention for your practice, and as always, adapt and adjust in whatever way works for you and your body. Taking the blocks away slowly and rolling off the bolster slowly and back onto your back. Bring your feet closer to your hips. And yeah, let's come onto our tippy toes. So lift your heels up and feel the stretch through the front of your feet and up through your shins to your knees, into the thighs, and then press behind the waist and just come into this tilt. So you're tilting and flattening that low back at the same time. Pause here. Give those feet and toes a good stretch. And then slowly releasing the heels and then the hips themselves. Let the spine come into that curve. And just pause here. Really feel your feet on the floor. The whole of your feet. Let's come into our pelvic tilts. Just moving here. On the inhale, press behind the waist and tilt. And then exhale, releasing down. So find your groove here. Start off slow and exploratory. Slowly and exploratory. It's difficult to say. And then just find that movement that feels just right for you. Let's add the wrists, opening up the fingers, and get that nice flowing movement and flowing energy. Moving the energy in the body and opening up around these joints. Just find that somatic movement. This is very calming for the body and healing as well. 2 more. And let everything settle here and just notice. Bring your knees directly above your hips and bring your hands to your knees. Gently add pressure here so the back of your hips, those SI joints, connect really to the floor here. You can give your knees a little love while you're here. Yeah. Start to explore drawing your knees towards you. So we're getting into stretching out the fascia, the connective tissue at the top of the thighs into the buttocks and into the back body. Goes all the way up to the neck and to the skull. Nice. Coming back to center, let's do circles. Take an inhale, knees away, exhale, knees towards you. Good. And then the other way. Come back to center. Release your left foot onto the mat, interlace around your right shin and draw knee to chest. So coming to our practice with a beginner's mind today. So every time we do this, we're noticing afresh, not expecting it to be the same or just doing it out of habit. Explore with the same curiosity as a beginner. And breathe. Let this side release if it needs to release. And then extend that left leg. Pause here. Don't activate your feet just yet. Just to notice. Notice what it's like when your feet are relaxed. And now flex. Press away with that left heel. Draw the right knee up and create that dynamic. It's a dynamic movement of energy and engagement of the inner legs up into the groin. Add that fuller breath, and if it feels right, pressing into the back, into the floor, lift and hover that left leg. Use your breath to steady you here. Nice, and release that left leg. Softening here, hands on the knee, left hand on your hip, slow circle, explore this right hip socket. One more. Come back to center, lengthen the leg. You can hold on to your leg here, knee is bent, and find a flow. And then press up into the heel, stretch it out, interlace behind your knee, cupping the back of your knee, and just feel into that stretch. Nice, let's add a little core work, soften the knee a little, take an inhale on the exhale, lifting chest towards the thigh. So thigh coming towards you, chest towards the thigh. Breathe. And release. Nice. Release that right foot to the floor and bring your left leg up. Interlace around the shin, drawing knee to chest. Ooh, let's get into this side, everybody. So opening it up, let it release. And then extend that right leg. Keep your feet relaxed. And now activate. Press away with that right foot, drawing the left knee up, creating space and moving that energy. So you can stay here feeling grounded and energized, or add the core as you press into the floor, lift and hover your right leg. It's okay if some days it doesn't feel right to do this. Always listen to your body. Breathe. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And release that leg. Softening, hands on knee, right hand on the hip, slow turn, get into this left hip socket. Come back to center, lengthen the leg, find a flow. And then pressing up into the heel, cupping behind the knee. Feel that stretch first. Good. Softening the knee. Take an inhale on the exhale, lifting chest towards thigh, thigh towards chest. And breathe. So you don't want the leg to be hyperextended because that will pull on the hamstrings. Yeah. Keep pressing the back into the floor, that low back below the waist. And really start to engage some of those core muscles. 2 more breaths. And release. Nice. Softening here. Let's bring the right leg up, both legs up towards the ceiling. So I just noticed as I was doing that my neck was fine. But if your neck has been bothering you and that bothered your neck when you were bringing chest towards your thigh, just give the back of your neck a little massage here just to release any tension that might have built up. And then saying hello again to your feet. Keep the legs as still as you can and slow circles. Get into all the little joints here and your ankles. And then the other way. Nice. Reaching up towards your ankles, open the knees wide. Let your heels come down towards each other and down towards your sits bones. Let the legs relax here. You can do a side to side movement if that feels right. Just tune in to what your low back is telling you right now. And then perhaps come into stillness. And drawing hands to knees. Let's roll over onto our side, extend your arm, come into that reset position with stacked hips, stacked knees. 2, 3 breaths here. And then using your upper hand, coming up and make your way to sitting. So take your time, find your seat with support. I'm going to stay with legs extended right now, just to reset here. And then making your way to cross-legged, doing whatever feels right in order for you to feel comfortable when you come into your cross-legged. Resting hands on the legs, draw your hands away from your knees so you feel as you bring your wrists back towards your waist, feel that opening across the front of your chest and the upper arms. Notice the breath can get tight as you do that. Yes. So allow the breath to move down into the belly. In fact, let's keep the shoulders back, bring hands onto that low belly so you can feel down into this area. This feels awkward to breathe deep into the belly when the shoulders are back. So just notice, take a few full breaths. Nice. And now bring a hand to the heart. The other is on the belly. And let those shoulders drop. Actually, let's do some shoulder rolls first. Just release that tension. Let the shoulders drop down. Try to keep the length in the spine. So you're not rounding again, but you're allowing the shoulders to release. Get that sensation of holding yourself here. Let the breath move down, pass through the hand and the heart down towards the belly. And you can close your eyes as we come into full yoga breath. On the inhale, allow the belly to expand and the lungs fill with air. And on the exhale, releasing the air, drawing the belly back towards the spine. Nice. And then shifting here into three-part breath, Dirga breath. So we're filling the vessel. On the inhale, fill the vessel down to the belly. Then fill up through the ribs, up into the clavicles. And then release from the clavicles, down through the center, down deep into the belly. Feels kind of awkward. Let's keep doing this. Inhale, three-part breath. Lower, middle, top it up. And exhale, top, middle, release the bottom. Keep going. Notice there may be tension at the top. Particularly for we yoga breathers who are focusing on the belly and the fullness of the lower lungs. Allowing the top up feels tense. But we've got so much more lung capacity than we think. There are lungs behind the clavicles, the upper lobes. Let's do one more. Nice. And then just let the breath settle back into what's comfortable. Opening the eyes, releasing the hands, coming into sun breaths. Inhale, gather up. Exhale, open and draw it down. Nice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open, bring it down. And as you reach up, root down through your sits bones. Yes. So it's not as if you're flying up. You want to root and lift. And then pressing down with the hands. So you're really in the body here, connected to the ground. And one more. Palms together, fingertips behind, open up through the shoulders, the armpits, and the elbows. Nice long spine here. Really feel those sits bones again. And then interlace your fingers and cup the back of your head. So lift up at the edge of the skull. Yes, create that space. Open up the elbows a little bit more. Breathe. Take an inhale. On the exhale, elbows forward, lift and tilt. Take a breath. Inhale, open. Take a breath. On the exhale, elbows forward, lift and tilt. Feel that stretch all the way down to the floor here. And then open. You're getting into the fascia as well. On the exhale, elbows forward, lift and tilt. And then inhale, open and release. Bringing hands behind you, come onto your fingertips. Press down, lift up through the sternum. Once more, let the breath come up into the upper lungs. This is the season as we move into autumn, the season for the lungs and the metal element in Chinese medicine. Nice. Releasing here. Let's reach with the right hand along the mat. Bend your left elbow. Take an inhale. Lift up and exhale. Explore your side opener. If the back is cranky or tender, keep that left hip nice and grounded. And focus on just lifting out of the waist, through the side body, through the shoulder. Find the length, look down. Nice. Take an inhale. On the exhale, press down, rise up. Release. Other side. Reaching, right elbow bent, lift up. On the exhale, explore. Find the length, press into the right hip, your hand, and look down. Take an inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Let's release those legs. Give the knees a little love, the shins all the way down to your toes. And from here, we'll come into our seated twist. Take your right foot, bring it to the inside or the outside of your left leg. Lifting up here, left arm comes around. Reach with the right. Activate that lower foot. Yeah, the extended foot. Take an inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the hand behind, press. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Press away with that left foot. So lifting out of the waist here, focus on opening up across the top of the shoulders, the front of the chest, and the back of the shoulders. Use your breath to get into that upper back and middle back as well. Using the breath to stretch from the inside out. Nice. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, unwind. You could go to the other side just for a little counter twist. And then come back to center, release that leg. Coming over to the other side with the left foot to the inside or the outside of the right leg. Press down, lengthen up. Right arm comes around. Reach with the left. Take an inhale, lift, and exhale, bring it behind. Press down, inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Noticing this side. So feel into where you're feeling that stretch, that opening. Where our attention goes, the energy flows. So particularly if there's been tightness or tension. Two more breaths. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, unwind, perhaps a little counter twist. And then back to center. Nice. Let's take away the support and make our way onto hands and knees. Finding tabletop, knees under the hip sockets, hands underneath the shoulders. Check in with the shoulders and down the side body to the hips. Make sure your core is engaged, you're hugging up here. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, coming into cat, tuck that tailbone under. Open up the back body, let the head drop, and feel that stretch, really getting into the fascia in the back body. Breathe. On the inhale, transition to dog tilt. Head and heart forward, shoulders down the back. A gentle curve, a nice long spine here. And let's start to move with the breath. Take an inhale, exhale. Oh, we're already in cat. And inhale to dog tilt. There we go. Start to move here. You can close your eyes, tuning in. Allow that movement to start to open up. Nourishing the whole of the back body, engaging the core. Two more. Nice. Coming to neutral. Your choice here. You can use blocks or not. Bring them in front of your shoulders. Hands on the blocks. Knees a little closer if you're on the blocks. And we'll come into our downward dog. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, press and lift up. Finding your downward dog. Hips high to the sky. You can come on to tippy toes. Breathe. And then releasing the heels. Releasing shoulders down the back. Chest towards the thighs. Create space here through the body. And then slow pedal. Nice. Bending the knees. Your choice, you can walk your hands back towards your feet or step up if you've got the blocks. Wider stance here. Come on to fingertips. Lengthen. So if dangle's not in your practice, stay here with an extended spine. Join me in a dangle. Bend your knees, hug up, create space. And exhale, drop down into the space. Take hold of your elbows. Nice. Let gravity gently open the back, creating space between the vertebrae, space around the shoulders. And then you can add movement. You can release your arms, whatever feels right here for you and your body. So when you can't get for a myofascial release for your neck, this is the next best thing, I think. You're hanging here and you can move your head and neck without that pressure or weight of the skull, just to allow the energy to move through, release through the shoulders as well. Good. Hands on the blocks or on your fingertips, and then bring your feet underneath your hips once more. Those of us taking care of our low backs, hands above the knees, grounding down into your feet. Use the strength of your legs here, as well as engaging your core. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, rise. It feels good for me to say that as I do it. Makes it easier just to come up into standing. Let those shoulders drop down the back. If they're feeling tense, you can reach for your hands and just draw them down. Just gently pull them down, lift up your sternum, and feel your feet in the floor. And then let those arms go. Nice. From here, let's come into sun breaths. Inhale, gather up. Exhale, open, bring it down. So working the shoulders here and the arms. And then if it feels right, bending the knees, getting the whole body moving in sun breaths. One more. Nice, transitioning to floppy noodle. Widen your stance, lift your heels, let your arms be floppy. Tap the body, tap the wrists, side of the hips, that low back. So stimulating here, stimulating the energy channels. Just imagine as you're doing this, the tension from the neck is flowing down through the shoulders and then out your arms, through those wrists and out your fingertips. Nice. Pausing here, coming into a wider stance, toes forward. 5-pointed star. Check in with fingers, wrists. Do some turns here. And then the other way. And then lift the shoulders, drop them down the back. Shrugs. Release that burden. The one you've been carrying today, or perhaps for a long time. Nice. Relaxed shoulders, active fingers, engage your core. Turn your right toes to the top of the mat. Lift up your back heel and drop it behind. Take an inhale and exhale, warrior two, bending that front knee. Make sure it's tracking above the ankle, and then gaze past the fingertips. Core is engaged, really important here. We're strengthening and grounding. Press the feet away from each other. Drop the shoulders down your back. Makes it harder. Breathe. Turn your palm up. Let's reverse. Let the back arm relax. So create space and then drop down once more towards the earth. Nice full breaths. Take an inhale, exhale back to warrior two. Take an inhale, straighten the leg, and exhale, release. Toes forward, 5-pointed star. Left toes towards the end of the mat, lift that back foot and drop the heel. Take an inhale, exhale, warrior two on this side. So check in, there's an external rotation of this thigh. Yep. Feet pressing away from each other. Try to get the weight evenly distributed so you're not leaning forward or leaning back. The body, the torso is like the trunk of a tree. Breathe. And turn the palm up. Let's reverse. Find your drishti. Keep that muscle engagement here. Use your breath. Nice. Take an inhale, exhale back to warrior two. And take an inhale, straighten the leg and release. Toes forward and then stepping in and just gently walk it out. Let's come into tightrope, bringing your right foot directly in front of the left. Hug up those lower abs, really important to support yourself here as you press down. And then activate the arms, the fingertips reaching towards the floor, towards the ground. Adding the clench of the buttocks, the gripping of the thighs, if that feels right for you. Again, building strength, making it a little harder. Embrace the challenge. Whatever feels a challenge for you today. Recognizing that one day might be very different from another. Nice, everybody release the hands, release the feet, and shift that weight. Making your way to the other side with the left foot in front of the right. Engage the core, the pelvic floor. Active arms and fingers. And then lift and clench the glutes, squeeze. Breathe. The whole body is breathing here. Nice, and release. Shift that weight, good. Bringing hands to heart center, let's come to the top of the mat. Clear the space here and just take a moment to pause, connecting to your heart center. connecting to your breath. And we'll make our way down and we'll meet in a downward puppy. So coming onto hands and knees, or doing a full sun salutation, or doing a half with me. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lengthen, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, down, hands on the floor, step back to plank. Explore plank. Shoulders moving down the back. And then dropping the knees to the floor. Engage your core. Tuck your toes under, coming into a downward puppy, stretch it out. So we'll all meet here if you're doing a sun salutation. Nice. And from here, relax your feet. Open the knees a little wide, coming into child's pose. So if you need to put support under your knees, go ahead and do that. And just come back into child's pose, whichever version feels right for your body. So you can relax and replenish with full breaths. Feel that connection to your mat and to the ground below. We just added a little pressure on the forehead for allergies. Nice full breaths. Using your hands, come up and bring your knees together, drop your hips, swing the legs around, sitting, pause, notice. And opening your eyes, bend your knees. We'll use our hands, our feet, lift your hips forward and then come back onto your back. Keep the knees bent for now as the back starts to release into the floor. And just feel that connection to your mat once more, the back body on the mat. Let's bring those knees up and bring hands to knees. Whatever movement feels right here, perhaps side to side. And coming back to center, lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling. Reaching up towards the ankles, open the knees wide, drop your heels towards your sits bones. You can do a slow motion movement side to side here. Feels nice. And then coming back to center, draw those knees in. And then place your feet on the mat, fairly wide, towards the edges of your mat. A gentle shift to the right, drop that left knee down towards the center. So getting into a nice psoas stretch just to round us off today. If you need a little massage, give yourself a massage at the front of your thigh, down to that low back, the lumbar spine, where it attaches. Back to center, and then shifting to the other side, dropping the right knee down. Once more, checking in. Then come back to center. So some of you may want to do side to side. Others coming to stillness. And then when you're ready, bringing your knees up and give yourself a hug. Nice yoga, everybody. From here, think of the inversion of your choice, any version of legs up the wall, elevated legs up, or bridge or supported bridge. So staying in your inversion for as long as it feels comfortable. When you're ready, slowly coming down. There's no rush. And if you like, coming into a counter pose, whatever your body feels like, perhaps a full body stretch, or coming into fish pose. And then making your way to Shavasana. Take your time, make sure you have everything you need to be comfortable and supported. Perhaps some letting go breaths. As the music begins to play, allowing it to flow over you and through you today. Coming back into the room. It's coming back into your body. Start to bring fuller breaths and gentle movement. Fingers, toes, perhaps head gently side to side. And when you're ready, perhaps a stretch. And then bend your knees, roll over onto your side. And slowly make your way to sitting. Finding a comfortable seat with a long spine, resting hands anywhere on the legs, closing the eyes, or letting the gaze drop downwards. The inspiration today is from Rabindranath Tagore. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy. Instead of searching for joy from what the world can give you, turn it around and give yourself to the world. May we all find a life of joy in serving others. Let those words settle into your consciousness and just take a moment to reflect on the meaning for you today. And opening your eyes, bringing hands to heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Namaste.